When you talk about classic American trucks, there are a handful of names that come up over and over again, and one of those is the Ford F-100. This pickup has earned its spot in history books, in garages, on farms, and in the hearts of enthusiasts across the country. And now, the legend is back in a form that takes the best of 1967 and revives it for a new era. Today we're going to dive deep into this revived Ford F-100 4x4, see what makes it so special, and figure out why people are getting so excited about a truck that blends vintage soul with modern capability. This is USA Car Reviews, and if you love American steel, history, and horsepower, you're in the right place. The story of the 1967 F-100 starts at the tail end of the post-war boom. Ford's F-Series line had already been around for nearly 2 decades, but the 67 model year marked the beginning of the 5th generation, a major redesign that modernized the truck for the time. Wider, lower, tougher looking, and available with V8 power, the F-100 hit a sweet spot. Farmers loved it, contractors loved it, families started to realize they could daily drive a pickup without feeling like they were climbing into a farm implement. And by the late 60s, with muscle cars dominating the streets, Ford was smart enough to feed that same sense of style and performance into its trucks. A 1967 F-100 was rugged, it was handsome, and it was affordable. That's why it's still one of the most collectible classic trucks you'll see at car shows today. Fast forward more than 5 decades, and the appetite for vintage design is stronger than ever. Resto mods and factory revivals are booming, and Ford knows that the magic of their heritage isn't something to keep locked away in a museum. That's where the revived 1967 F-100 4x4 comes in. This isn't just a retro paint job slapped onto a new F-150. It's a carefully crafted tribute that keeps the essence of that 5th generation truck while packing in modern performance and safety. It feels like a time machine, but one that can still haul, tow, and take on rough terrain without breaking a sweat. The first thing you notice when you see this truck in person is the styling. The lines are unmistakable, that squared-off grille, the bold horizontal bars, the round headlights, and the slightly flared wheel arches all scream 1967. But look closer, and you realize everything is tighter, cleaner, and more refined. The body panels have that crispness you only get with modern manufacturing. The paint has depth and gloss the original never had, and the proportions, while faithful to the classic, are subtly updated to sit on a more advanced chassis. The stance is aggressive without being cartoonish, with just enough lift to remind you this is a true 4x4, not a pavement princess. Climb inside, and the nostalgia continues. The dash keeps that mid-century simplicity, with a horizontal speedometer design and metal trim, but the switches and dials have a modern tactility to them. You get the look of classic bench seating, but it's actually supportive and bolstered enough for long trips. The steering wheel has the thin-rimmed retro vibe, but hidden controls let you manage everything from cruise control to infotainment. Speaking of infotainment, Ford knew better than to stick a giant tablet in the middle of this interior. Instead, they've blended a discrete touchscreen into the dash, giving you access to navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a high-end sound system, without ruining the vintage character. It feels authentic, but you don't sacrifice comfort or tech. Of course, a truck like this isn't just about looking pretty. Under the hood is where things get serious. While the original 1967 F-100 could be had with straight 6s or version 8s topping out around 300 horsepower, the revived version drops in a modern Coyote 5.0-liter V8 as the standard option, delivering well north of 400 horsepower with that unmistakable V8 rumble. Some builds even offer Ford's 7.3-liter Godzilla V8, giving you massive torque and muscle to back up the classic styling. Pair that with a modern 10-speed automatic transmission, selectable drive modes, and a robust 4-wheel drive system, and suddenly you've got a truck that looks like 1967 but drives like 2025. It can tow over 10,000 pounds, it can sprint to 60 faster than some sports cars from the 90s, and it'll cruise at highway speeds all day without breaking a sweat. Suspension is another area where the revival makes a huge difference. The original F-100 was tough, but comfort wasn't exactly in the vocabulary. Leaf springs, heavy steering, and body roll were part of the experience. The revived version gives you an independent front suspension, coil springs, modern dampers, and power steering that makes daily driving effortless. You can hit dirt trails with confidence, glide over potholes without rattling your teeth, and still enjoy that commanding view of the road. The braking system, of course, is all modern discs with ABS and stability control, meaning you can actually stop this thing safely, even when you're hauling a load. And that brings us to utility. This isn't just a showpiece to park at Cars and Coffee. The revived F-100 has a full-sized bed with modern materials, tie-downs, and even a hidden outlet system so you can power tools, camping gear, or tailgate setups. It's rugged enough to use, but stylish enough that you'll probably want to baby it. And that's part of the magic. Ford has managed to balance nostalgia with real-world capability in a way that few companies can pull off. The question everyone asks when they see this truck is, who's it for? On one hand, it's a dream machine for collectors who grew up around these classics and want to relive their youth without dealing with carburetor tuning or rust repair. On the other hand, it's also perfect for younger buyers who want something different, something that stands out in a world full of generic modern trucks. It's the kind of pickup that makes strangers roll down their window and ask about it, the kind that gets thumbs up at stoplights, the kind that makes you look back every time you park it. And isn't that what driving passion is all about? Of course, all of this comes at a price. A true revival like this doesn't roll off the line for the same money as a base F-150. Depending on configuration, engine choice, and trim, you're looking at something north of $70,000 or $80,000, with special editions pushing into six figures. That's not cheap, but consider what you're getting. Timeless design, modern reliability, and a truck that will probably hold its value better than most. It's an investment in both nostalgia and performance, and for the right buyer, that's worth every penny. Driving impressions seal the deal. Slide behind the wheel, fire up that V8, and you get that perfect mix of old-school growl and new-school smoothness. On the highway, it's composed, with little wind noise and plenty of passing power. In town, it feels manageable, not oversized like some heavy-duty trucks can. Take it off-road, and the 4x4 system with locking differentials proves it's more than just a showpiece. This thing can crawl, it can climb, it can ford streams, and it can blast down gravel without losing its composure. It's an all-rounder, which is exactly what the F-100 always aimed to be. In the end, the revived 1967 Ford F-100 4x4 is more than just a truck. It's a bridge between eras. It reminds us of where we've been while showing us how far we've come. It proves that nostalgia doesn't have to mean compromise, and that the best way to honor history is to keep it alive in a form that people can still use and enjoy today. Whether you're a Ford loyalist, a truck enthusiast, or just someone who appreciates when design and engineering come together in harmony, this machine has something to offer. It's bold, it's beautiful, it's capable, and it's American to the core. That's why the F-100 is back, and that's why it matters. So if you see one of these on the road, take a good look, because you're witnessing history reborn. The legend of the F-100 isn't fading into the past. It's alive, it's kicking, and it's ready for the future. And here on USA Car Reviews, we'll keep bringing you the stories of machines like this that make America's automotive landscape so unique.